Hello friends and welcome back for episode 3 of our Dark Souls 2 Let's Play. We are here in the Forest of the Sleeping Giants as we were at the end of last episode. You may remember I got pretty brutally slaughtered, but we're going to make another effort at perhaps making it toward whatever's going on over there. It looks like some Crowtown action, perhaps. So I've got a little bit of an experimental thing going on in my hands, as you might see. Well, of course, first thing you see is the neon pink hairdo. And then, well, I guess I'm not going to have an opportunity to describe it because this dude just wants to fight me right now, so let's give him what he wants. So essentially, I've chosen to do a dual melee wield setup for this particular moment. Wow, we've already taken that much durability from one fight. So I had these two broken straight swords, and I figured why not show off the fact that we can dual wield. I think it's kind of a neat feature. Let's rest at the bonfire, reset the durability one more time. I'm not sure how that happened that it got that low that fast. But let's just make a little bit more progress. We'll head on forward. And I think one of the things that's going to happen throughout this Let's Play is from time to time I will make an effort. What on earth was I doing there? I was just like flailing my arm about. I will make an effort to sort of try something new or different or weird on occasion. I'm thinking this is a really bad idea and that this dual wield setup with these terrible swords is not going to work for us. Can I rest at this or is it... Oh, no, we can. We can get away with it. Vanish, good sir. Alright, so let's not do that, actually. That seemed like a good idea in my head, but we'll live and we'll learn. We're going to go back to dagger plus iron parma, which sounds like a very strange Italian dish, perhaps. Let's see if we can maybe not get killed this time. The traditional wait, let him strike my sword. Oh, goodness. Well, he strikes many times, and I'm going to actually reset that again. Wow, this is hilariously bad. So, one of the things I was thinking, and this came up in the comments the other day, was that perhaps, and this is just sort of happening off the top of my head, maybe if you guys would be interested, since one of my things that I have to say is I really do want to have some sort of unique angle on Dark Souls, if I can. I know a lot of people are interested in Dark Souls in one capacity or another, and a lot of people are partaking of, the Let's Play community. But I think that the fact that mine and Ryan's happens to be like the exact same class and the same... pretty much the same setup all the way around. The fact that he's going to do a lot better with this particular setup made me wonder maybe I should try a different class or something, and maybe I should try going through as a wizard of some kind, Harry. So, let me know what you think about that in the comments, if you think that maybe I should just go ahead and re-roll, which is totally cool with me. It would take me, like, literally 10 minutes to get back to this point in the game, and you guys don't have to watch the beginning part of that, and I wouldn't waste your time by recording it again like that. Can we just, like, pull one of these guys at a time? You're not going to make me, like, despawn them, hopefully, because that would be a little silly, given how early we are in the game. These are literally just standard fair hollows. I just have no weapons to deal with, so it's really quite difficult when I'm using this horrible dagger and a shield that doesn't quite block all of the damage. It's like the most important thing for a shield to do, block the damage. What does a shield do? Not block all of the damage. So, that's how that's going to go. This archer man's going to shoot at me while I'm, grabbing that item off the ground. I guess that's just how that's going to go. Maybe we'll lion strats up here. We'll try that one more time, see if that works out this time. I'm sure it will. The second time when it didn't the first, right? Can I Estus on ladders? I can Estus on ladders. That is an interesting thing. I didn't realize. And also you can tap B real fast and do a quick run up the ladder, which can be very handy for various reasons. I don't have a lot of stamina, so I really can't rush for very long and then expect to live when I eventually run into this guy here. Wow, how did this get here? Really? I didn't use all of those? I guess not. Alright, so we actually made it up the stairs. Dude's gonna fall down behind me, I believe. Oh, and we've got an archer here. Let's just, let's roll out of the way. Let's get these guys kited in one direction, if possible. Let's see how many there are, even. I'm sure there's quite a few, and there's also an item over here which will trigger another dude to spawn. It's a buckler, which is, would be fantastic news, except for the fact that I can't wield it with the stuff that I have going on right now. Let's climb up this ladder. If I can just make it to the first bonfire successfully, which is what I've just done, then I should be able to go ahead and get a better weapon in short order afterward. I got a witching urn. I don't really remember what that does. I'll have to check it out. It's probably a thing I can throw. Don't throw is kind of the motto that I want to live by, but sometimes you do have to throw. Alright, so there's our bonfire. Fantastic. Wow, that was heroic, wasn't it? Bonfire lit. Now these guys are probably going to kill me now that I've gotten here. Doesn't honestly matter very much if they kill me here, as long as I've activated it. I think we're good to go. Yeah, you with the halberd, you go over there. Just go somewhere. Oh, whatever. No biggie. Let's just, we'll respawn at the other, then we'll warp back here. There won't be dudes following me. And then I'll go ahead and grab that soul. We'll go consult that NPC, and then maybe we'll head back to Majuli and grab a new shield or a new sword, and perhaps actually start with a fair chance. You know, they start you out. I said this to somebody I was talking with on Skype the other day. It feels like they start you at about level -20 in Dark Souls 2, and you have to kind of like get a leg up to even get to 0 to start to make progress toward being a formidable foe. Granted, there are plenty of you out there, I'm sure, that can perform quite admirably with only a dagger and absolutely nothing else. I mean, look at me with armor and all of that stuff. Armor is a thing that a lot of people just choose not to bother with. Oh, it's 1,000 for that wow. I didn't realize it was quite that much, so I guess I do have to farm a couple of guys before I can go back and go to the blacksmith. No biggie, let's just not die. Who can I aggro easily? Well, there's a dude over here on the left side of this building who is laying down. He will wake up. He's got a halberd as well. Or maybe that's the same one from before. And, yep, I'm going to have no stamina, so he's probably going to get a shot in. Well, let's just regen for a moment. Let that bounce right off. And what do I get? 90 souls. Alright, yeah. Big money. No whammy. Absolutely no whammy here in Dark Souls. What is the deal down here? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff here, but I don't think anything that's going to serve me particularly well. I mean, yeah, I could go ahead and explore it. So why don't I do that? Very likely will result in my death. There's actually quite a few enemies on the way down here. I do not have a large number of ways to dispatch of these foes, and in the event that I do end up getting killed, it's going to be quite interesting watching me trying to get back up. Alright, so far so good. Now, I have explored quite a bit of the game, and it's been asked of me, like, is this a blind Let's Play? This is not a blind Let's Play. I've kind of made it reasonably clear, I thought, from prior episodes, that this is a thing I've actually spent quite a bit of time with, and I did that for a good reason. I think this is one of those games that's extremely, extremely difficult, and it would get very frustrating, granted, it may already be frustrating with the amount of times that I've already had trouble this early in the game. But I think that it would be a lot worse if I didn't at least have some sort of an idea of how I was going to better my situation. And when you come at this game blind, that's absolutely the position that you find yourself in. And I know it's very tempting to cast stones and, you know, be the savant that is intrinsically gifted with the ability of Dark Souls, and that's fine. If you do have that ability, then enjoy it. It's a wonderful thing. I necessarily don't. I've spent quite a bit of time with both this game, and I've actually 100%ed the original game. I've played it inside and out. I pretty much think I know just about everything about the geometry of all the maps and where everything is, so I can get through it pretty efficiently based on just knowing. Oh, geez. Well, that's gonna kill me. No, it didn't. All right, let's Estus over here before the dudes find me. Okay, oh, there they are. Let's go back up the tree branch again. Anyway, where was I going with this rant? I just wanted to let you guys know that, yeah, this is not a blind Let's Play. And if you're looking for someone that is doing a blind Let's Play, they're absolutely out there. So, you know, don't worry too much. There's something for just about everyone. But this is what I'm going to try and make this sort of an informational thing whenever I can. If you're someone who's looking for like a companion to go through the game with, I will certainly do my best to give you information as you go. And hopefully you're just maybe playing a little bit ahead of me each time. I think that would kind of result in quite a fun thing. And then there's, of course, people who just don't mind spoilers and just sort of want a guide to play the game with, and I think that's totally cool as well. So if you're one of those people, then I'm here for you in that capacity. But if you're just looking for somebody who is going to run into a situation completely unprepared and get destroyed, well, even though it looks like I'm doing that half the time, I'm not technically doing that. Alright, so now I've got 1,040 souls. That's enough to go ahead and get back to where we need to be. But I'm not going to have enough to buy anything when I get there, so that's going to be interesting. Well, we'll take it one step at a time. We'll figure it out. This is going to be a reasonably methodical Let's Play as well. I know that I glossed over a lot of the beginning, but I don't think I'm necessarily going to do that all the time, and the running through things is probably only temporary until I can upgrade to a better sword or a better item of some kind that will allow me to dispatch these foes. What on earth led this dude to get wedged between all these boards? Do you understand this? I do not understand this. Also, as I go, I'm going to be pointing out landmarks of significance in one way or another. I will also be critiquing the game from time to time. There will be frustration shared for absolutely certain, and there will definitely be expletives when we get to the hard parts. Thankfully, this is a long, long way from the hard parts. You'll know them when you see them, or maybe you won't at first, but they're sneaky little things when they show up. So we've got a ladder here that's only going to take us this high. We need to get back up there where all those roots are. This is a kind of a cool environment, actually, this area. This is, I don't want to say it's one of my favorite areas, but it's certainly up there. It's pretty. There's a lot of things going on dynamically, whereas later in the game I've found there are a lot of static moments, and I'm not sure if that's by design, or maybe they ran out of memory, or whatever was going on. It seemed like there was a lot of times when they're just like, you could take a shot at pretty much anywhere, and there would be absolutely nothing moving. And I don't understand why that's the thing. I mean, I already said that, but it just, I don't know, it sort of bums me out a little bit. One of the things that I think was cool about the original Dark Souls is there's a lot of activities, a lot of life. You feel like you're completely embedded in this world that is completely existent outside of your own, and I really think that's something admirable. And this one, you know, has some successes artistically, but it also has some failures, which I'm sure I'll point out. I'm not happy to say that, and I'm sure a lot of that, again, was to do with the 360, but I won't harp on that point too much more. Also, somebody mentioned in the comments that there is an issue with VSync. Yeah, it's the 360 version, man. It's the way it goes, unfortunately. 360 is an old piece of hardware. It was created, or released rather, in 2006, and it is now 2014. So you have to say it did pretty admirably for what it does. So I'm proud of the 360. I think it's held its own for a very, very long time. But yeah, we'll see what happens when it comes to the PC version, whether or not they make big upgrades there. So that is going to open the blacksmith shop. We've got it. 1,000 souls down the drain. Kind of a necessary evil, though. It sounds like a lot of money, but in the scheme of things, we'll be making nearly 1,000 souls per kill later on, so I'm really not that worried about it. So we're going to warp straight back right away and go ahead and give the blacksmith that key so we can get on in, see what perhaps is going to be on the plate for us to go ahead and unlock for a weapon in the short time to come, and then maybe we'll even do a little bit more exploration before we move on. Let's see. Blacksmith, I think I just use it straight up on the door, yeah. I think I tried to give this to him the first time, and he was like, I don't understand. He just kept wanting to talk to me, but all I wanted to do was give him the key. Apparently, just go straight for the door, and everything's going to be just fine. So there's a short bow in there. Wow, really? That's where the short bow is. Could not have been easier to find, as I've known people that didn't know where a bow was, so now I know. So he's going to set up shop in there. I'm going to have to leave and go to another zone and come back, and then he should be all good to go. Also, by the way, I wanted to express again how unfortunate it is that this covenant that's up here, this is the one that makes the game apparently much, much more difficult. Absolutely not going to be doing that unless I do something absolutely obscene and crazy and decide to just basically lose in the first screen over and over again. Nobody's going to want to watch that, though. Maybe they would for like 20 minutes, but beyond that, I don't think it's going to last. Also, we want to get in here at some point, but there's a way to get in that I need to go and do a little bit of investigating for. There's a man in a particular cave that I haven't quite gotten up to, and if I can go ahead and approach that man, he will give me a key to that door and tell me to go do a little bit of looking around in that building. So it's rather mysterious, and there's a pretty nice payoff for it, so it's sort of a side quest optional thingy, but worth doing, absolutely. Now we can warp straight back. This is going to take us back to where we just were with that merchant. We'll be watching a lot of this loading screen. Hopefully nobody minds all that much. And then we're going to go ahead and go down the ladder that we'll find to our right and go ahead and see if we can slaughter a couple more dudes and make our way out to the next area. I know we're still dagger in tow, but I'm only going to just kill a couple of them, then I'll come back and go investigate the blacksmith properly. See, this makes it a little bit more frustrating. We have to zone in and out like that. When you are just basically waiting for the blacksmith to even show up, and then as soon as you do that, like, he shows up, and then you've got to go back somewhere else and then come back again, so it's a lot of loading screens. Alright, so let him get a swing in. Oh, he's going to do a back swing. That's alright, I'm going to hit him on every other move, and he still nicked me there with his gigantic hitbox. That's just the way it goes, I guess, and he's down. That's 90 more souls for the pile, and then this dude right here is going to wake up. So let's just get a cut in first before he gets a chance. There we go. We actually were able to take him in, or take him out rather, with a series of about 100 little swipes. Death by 1,000 cuts, I suppose. And this man right here is also going to wake up, so we'll see if we can get the drop on him successfully. We did. Didn't even get a chance there, and we could even farm these guys if we really, really wanted to, and that's a Soul of a Lost Undead. Great thing to have. Consumable soul items always are great. That is a locked door. We're going to come back for that a little bit later when we have a key that we do not have access to yet. We have to go beat a boss for that sucker first. And there's also one more guy right down here. So we're going to go ahead and finish him. And then we'll go back to the blacksmith. Oh, there we go. Took you long enough, geez. In case you were wondering, this is a safe wall. You can go right through this. We're not going to get smacked in the face with a boss just yet. Although that is often the case later on. That is actually the area we want to end up in for that key to that special door that I had just mentioned. But I'm pretty sure if I try to make my way around there, I'm just going to get myself killed. So I'm going to try and come back in just a moment. So let's go ahead and go back to the blacksmith. I'm going to really hope that I have enough for some kind of a weapon. And my apologies for not having this prepared ahead of time, knowing what he has for sale right off the bat, but you know, there's a lot to this game if you haven't picked up on it yet. It is a seriously, seriously deep game. There are a lot of intricacies. There are a lot of strategies to memorize. Once you've dealt with the bosses and such, those become a little bit better, easier to understand. But like the ins and outs as it pertains to like, here's what this NPC has at what time, and here's where you get the key to bring. Well, that stuff's not that bad. Anyway, here's the blacksmith. Let's see what he has for sale. Buy item. Alright, everything is a little bit out of my price range at the moment. What do we have? A broadsword, a longsword, falchion, estoc, rapier, battle axe, mace, and a spear. All of which are lovely weapons. I would love a broadsword right about now. This is actually the weapon that I use for the majority of the other run that I'm doing. My actual proper character that, well, I shouldn't say proper, but like my non-Let's Play character. And he's actually got a whole pile of Titanite shards right here, as well as some repair powder. Neither of which I can afford. Let's go take a quick look at our consumable soul items and see if we can maybe crank that sucker up to 11. How much do we get from these guys? Let's use them both. Let's live dangerously. There we go! Alright, those are actually larger than I had expected. That'll actually get us to where we need to be. Oh, I'm still in the menu. I've had this problem quite a few times. There's 2 levels to the menu, and a lot of the time I forget to back out all the way before I go back into another thing. So that's up to 120 strike for physical damage. That's going to be about as good as it gets, and I like the moveset for the broadsword, so I think we're definitely going to roll with that for now. I'd love to get a 100% block rate shield. It's not going to happen, unfortunately, for quite a while yet, unless I can find something. And this is our upgrade window screen area. Upgrading this requires a Titanite shard. I don't have one of those yet, so I guess we're just going to wait on that. But we do want to have some kind of a backup weapon, though. That's the other thing. So I guess for now that's going to be the dagger out of necessity. Because we will find that our weapons are going to break quite a bit. And what was the stats on this? 13 for dex on that. So we're going to need a few more upgrades before we're able to wield that properly. And what am I at right now? Dex is at 11, so we're actually not far off. We could probably do that conceivably pretty soon. Let's go talk to her again. I want to see what my required souls are for the next level, if we could. Level up is 901 Dalmatians. I think that's probably not going to happen right now. We'll go back, we'll go warp to the area we were just in one more time. And maybe we'll just go ahead and explore that region that I was just saying that was looking a little bit daunting to me. Now that I have a proper weapon, I think it should not be quite as scary. So anybody looking for a really quick and dirty Let's Play, this is going to be, again, a pretty methodical one. I don't expect that we're going to spend, like 20 episodes on the first area or anything, but I certainly am going to get what I can out of it while I can. How do I want to go? I think I want to go down. Go down here. We'll head through the same gate we were just at a second ago. And we'll kill these same guys again. And again, I want to reiterate that if I spend too much time killing all these guys, farming them, or trying to get any kind of bonuses from them, whether that be drops or souls or what have you, the game is basically just going to say nope, and we're just going to get kicked back out. Yeah, see, that went fantastically with a new weapon. Now I can actually kill some things. And maybe, just maybe, we can even get the souls we need to survive. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. I was basically just going over the fact that, like, yeah, I'm not going to skimp for the most part. Things are not going to be mostly ran through. Although it was necessary for a moment there, I don't anticipate that being the primary strategy that I have for pretty much every encounter. I forgot how to get where I need to go over here. I want to roll down, like, over here, maybe? Yeah, that'll work. Oh, excuse me. Walls. Walls are not good there. Yeah, alright. This is kind of awkward, isn't it? Alright, well, as always, hitboxes favor the AI pretty much every time. When you run into a wall like that, they're pretty much always going to be able to swipe you right through it, unless it is a particularly egregious hitbox. So sometimes it does happen that the walls stop them, but usually it doesn't. And I'll sit there just trying to wail away at them because of close quarters. They'll just hit me through the wall anyway. No biggie. We just get to look at a loading screen again for another few moments. I do have this installed on my hard drive, by the way, so this is about as fast as the loading times are probably going to get until the PC version comes out. And once the PC version comes out, well, I'm not going to have this character on my PC version, so that'll be a thing. Also, I want to point out, down there, silly lizard. I want to hang out with that dude. He looks really cool. There's actually a couple of them, but I can't quite get the camera at the right angle from here. I'd have to go from another spot, which I don't quite have access to just yet. Anyway, yeah, silly lizards, they're a thing. Maybe we'll visit them someday. I certainly hope so. Who doesn't like a nice silly lizard, especially when he's got, like, you know, fire powers or whatever he's got? Hollow soldier gauntlets. That's right, there was some equipment that dropped a moment ago, and I'm thinking none of it was very good, which is why I didn't bother with it. Yeah, it's all worse than what I have already. Wow, look at all these trousers I've got, or black infantry boots. It's all good. Let's go kill this guy again. We'll get our souls back. And then we'll try to make it to where we were trying to go in the first place. By the way, if you're just starting out, probably some of these directions that I'm taking us in that are slightly unconventional might be good places to start. You know, if you're trying to get all the best items to give yourself a good chance. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm still alive. I didn't die. Well, I'm not going to get a chance to Estus, though. And that is a dead end, right? And all I can really do is jump down here, and... oh, the fall killed me. Well, isn't that silly? Looks like we're racking up all the deaths right at the beginning now. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually wrap up this episode. It's going to be a fairly short one today. But we're going to come back very soon, do a little bit more exploration, and continue this on. We should be... what are we about, like, halfway to the first boss. This is not the longest zone. There is one particularly scary gauntlet-style area, as well as a few new enemies that we'll run into on the way there. I just need to stop being terrible, I think, is basically the main concern I have. And, you know, a few levels up probably wouldn't hurt either. But I will catch you all next time. Thank you for watching. As always, please do continue leaving your comments. I do greatly value your feedback. Like I mentioned, if you're really interested, let me know about the possible sorcerer class choice. You know, I might do it, I might not. It's going to be a matter of personal taste as well. There's always the chance that maybe I'll start the character. It's going to be terrible for me to play as, and then I'll just change my mind and go back to this guy. So, you know, let me know what you think. I should probably do a straw poll or something, but for now, I'll just leave it up to you guys. So I will catch you next time. Thank you again for watching, and have a lovely night.